Hi, kindergartners! Welcome to a new writing lesson. So, we have been working on thinking about a problem in the world and then thinking of some reasons why it's a problem. And then we were thinking about a solution. How could we help fix this problem? And then we started talking about who should we be talking to? And I told you about writing a letter to someone and saying, dear, and addressing it to who you think it could relate to. And then saying what the problem is, giving them some reasons why it's a problem, and then a solution. So if you want someone to help you fix the problem, you have to give them a solution. So today, I want us to talk about that writers, when you start new projects, you start by recalling all of the stuff that you already know how to do. If the project is writing to persuade people of something, writers should think, what do I know about ways writers can help to make the world better? Then writers go back and use what they already know how to do as directions to help them get started. So do you remember when we looked at this chart called Writers Write to Make the World Better? And so we said that we should see a problem, think about the problem, and then we're going to write what the problem is and some reasons why it's a problem, and then a solution to the problem. And then we wrote about who should I be sending my letter to and who could help me solve this problem. So I want you to be thinking about that as you continue writing. And some problems that you could write about could be garbage everywhere, or people cutting down trees, or wasting paper or water, or that people should ride bikes more than they drive their cars. And that's important because I want you to know that as writers, today or whenever you go to write something that you hope will make things better, you can do this using the steps on this chart. First, you think of a specific problem. How could people help fix this problem? Then think, what should we write? And then, who can help? I want you to be working on all of those points on this checklist and making sure that when you write, if you're writing a letter or if you're just writing it on paper, that you need to be including all of these things on your writing. And another important thing that I want to teach you today is how we can be really convincing in our writing. So I know that I showed you this chart before, but we're going to talk about it more today, okay? So, the best way to make your writing stronger is to include important information. You can get that information by doing research, which means looking very closely or talking to people or asking people questions, and even through reading. And then you can include those details and facts into your writing. So that's another way that we can be really convincing. So let's look at our chart. When we're doing our writing, first, we think of a problem. We think of some reasons why it's a problem, and then we think of a solution, and then we decide who can help me solve this problem. We want to make sure when we're doing this that we tell our own opinion and how we feel about the problem tell a little story. Why do you think this is a problem? How can you relate to the problem? And we want to give lots of reasons. So I've been telling you that you need to be giving lots of reasons why it's a problem. If you say, garbage everywhere is a problem, and you just say because it smells, that's not really going to make me want to help you solve the problem. But if you say it smells, it can end up in the ocean and hurt animals, it can make our world dirtier, and you give me a bunch of reasons, that's going to make me more convinced to help you. Then you have to give a fix-it idea. How can I, as your reader, help you fix your problem? And then I want you to make sure that you're polite. So we don't want to be mean when we're writing to people. We know it's a problem, but we have to be polite when we ask them for help. And now we're knowing that we can include important information. And remember, I said the way that you can do that is by thinking about questions or talking to maybe your mommy or daddy, or maybe someone you know in your neighborhood, or even looking online or in a book. Okay, so that's how we find important information. And then I want to remind you that while you're writing, we really want to make our writing easy to read. So when we make our writing easy to read, we need to make sure we have spaces between our words, that our writing is neat. If you go back and you read your writing and you don't know what it says, do you think I'm gonna know what it says? Probably not. So if that happens, erase it and write it again so that it's very neat. And then you have to make sure that you have pictures that help. Your pictures that you draw should be related to what you're writing and should help me understand your writing more. And then you need to make sure that you have lots of sounds in your words. And don't forget, when you're writing a new sentence, the first letter in the new sentence is a capital. And at the end of a sentence, don't forget your punctuation. So if you're just writing something that doesn't really have any feeling, you're going to do a period that looks just like this. So you can do a period at the end of your sentence, or if you're saying something and you're super excited or you really want people to understand and get an emotion out of them, you can put an exclamation mark at the end of your sentence. Okay? Or here's another one. If you want to ask the reader a question, such as, do you like seeing trash on the street? You would put a question mark at the end of your sentence, just like this. Okay? So that's what I want you to be working on for right now, is just making sure that you have everything in your checklist. And I will post these with the video so that you can pull them up on your computer. And I want you to be working on who you should be writing to and including some information that might make me more convinced to help you solve your problem. All right, so you guys can turn the timer on for 10 minutes and start writing. I can't wait to read what you guys are writing. Bye!